Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Heat On Me podcast. We've got a great show lined up for you today. We've got a great guest in. You'll probably guess who it is. He's on all the time. But it's going to be a good show. We've got the win to talk about. Of course, the results on Tuesday night went our way as well. And we've got a prize here just over the shoulder from Patrick. So if you want to be in line to win that, keep tuned in and we'll tell you how to do that. And also like and subscribe as you always do. There's the subscribe button. And also as well, thank you to our sponsors. Now, I'm going to still point the wrong way. There we go. The Northern Print Solutions and Patrick as well. Their help you wouldn't be able to broadcast. And as I say, send in your messages. There's loads and loads come in already. And it just needs me to welcome in Mickey and Mark Carruthers. How are you doing, boys?
Good evening. Not too bad.
All good.
Still top.
Yeah. I say we'll get into the Barnet game very shortly, but Tuesday night couldn't have went much better for her, really. There's a lot of tough teams playing each other, and that's the way it played out. Definitely with some of the results. But to be still top, obviously on goal difference, but with a game in hand. I know you've got to win the game in hand, but we've got ourselves into a nice position, and the footballing gods were looking down on us on Tuesday night.
Late goal by Maidenhead is 8 my neat.
We would have still been top. It's all right. We would have still been top. But yeah, I mean, Mark, you take your look where you can get it. But we've earned the right to be top of the league, and it was down to everybody else to try and change that. And for us, Eastleigh couldn't take advantage of it, and we're still up there. And come Saturday, yes, it might be different when it comes to us kicking off, but who's to say results won't go our way on Saturday again? I know it's a big ask, but Gateshead could be sitting very pretty on Saturday night.
I think it's the sort of mantra coming out of the club is that one challenge has been overcome, getting to the top of the league. There's another challenge ahead to stay there. And I mean, look, let's be honest, if you'd said 6 weeks ago, going into the middle of September, Gateshead would be sat top of the league with a game in hand on most of the teams around them, well, if not all, you would have taken it. So I think it's just
and unbeaten. Yeah.
Sorry, and unbeaten. And having beaten, Barnet as well and kept a clean sheet against them and really seen off some high caliber opposition on the way. I mean, it's been a brilliant start of the season. The only downer is obviously the injuries, which has been a bit of a nightmare, but fair play to the lads who've come in. I think they've done an unbelievable job. It seems to be the message from a number of the lads that are still on the side that the ones who have come in to replace the likes of Greg and Joe Grayson have really done their job. And the squad, to me, and you guys are better placed than me to say this, but I think it's, in terms of a squad, in terms of depth, it's probably one of the best that Gateshead have had in a long time.
It's a conversation that we've probably had over the last 4 seasons. Where do you rank this squad in all time? And you lose players and you think, like obviously in November, December last year, and especially in January when we had that week when we had players be recalled and leave on transfers, and then to finish the end of the season the way we did, and it just improved. And that's not a slate on the players that left, because they were fantastic and we would have done well with them still there. But I think it goes down to Rob and the team that he's put in place with Louis, that they're always looking to improve. And, just because one great player leaves doesn't mean there isn't another rough diamond in the background. But the success rate of it at the minute is something phenomenal, especially at this level.
I mean, obviously I wrote the piece in pre-season when I sat in on the recruitment meeting that Rob had with staff and Luke Clark, and I tried to get across in terms of the piece just how in depth they look when it comes to the recruitment side of it and the kind of fine details that they go through when it comes to considering players. So it's one of them where it doesn't surprise me, because I know what they're doing to try and get players in that can add to the squad. So it's really interesting the way they do things. It's really, as I say, in depth, and I think it's only going to bring further success.
It certainly is. Well, loads of messages. I've been putting them up on the screen. People saying evening all. We've got one from Sandra Farnfield. We hadn't from Steve. We hadn't actually advertised that you were on, but I don't know where this one's going. It's got, I really enjoyed reading Jeff Bowen's article and reporting last weekend's programme in non-league paper. Definitely Gateshead FC's #1 reporter. How dare you?
You can't for that, like.
I'm not even the best reporter in my house, so.
Of course, young
Well, I just want to say that. I mean, Williams, he's always got you to fall back on, hasn't he? So.
Yeah, well, there we go. But William's doing fantastic. Tell you what, I've obviously got to know William over the past few seasons, and for such a young boy, his confidence is amazing when talking to the gaffer after the game. Doesn't matter win, lose or draw. He's got the poignant question to put across there, and he stands there firm once he's said it and waits for an answer. And it's definitely learned from his dad.
Just quickly, I know we're going to talk about the Barnet game, but after the game, he asked if he could ask Anthony Sweeney a question. And sometimes I'll ask him what he's going to ask. And I thought, well, it's a 2-0 win against a team, expected to be there or thereabouts. So he can't really pick anything negative. And he didn't. What he said was, you've got a target man striker in Mark Beck that you brought on with about 20 minutes left. And he said, but you chose to play him in a number 10 position. What was the thinking behind that? And I sort of looked and I was like, okay, I wish I'd asked that. But so no, he's very, very confident. I'm fairly certain his Nana's watching tonight as well. I'm fairly certain one of those messages from Denise Dodge, and that's my mum. So
the nice one. So fantastic. No, Williams, there we go. There's the message there. Hello there, Denise. But yeah, sorry.
I don't know what ground that is. Is it Blue Star maybe?
Could be.
I mean, just take my photo. How dare you?
Yeah. But no.
The truth's out. Denise has been doing all the reporting and William writes it up.
Obviously, we hope everyone was at the game, but if they weren't, we've got a new segment coming up on the podcast, and this is a call back to the commentary. Because obviously Rob wasn't there at the game. Unfortunately, he was ill, which I think hampered some betting websites this past week with people guessing and guessing wrong. But as I say, we were talking about Rob Elliott, and I said in commentary, best beard in the game. Well, we've got a certificate of beard excellence here to be presented to Rob Elliott for the excellence in beard performance in the season of 2024. So well done, Rob Elliott, on that. And Mark tried to throw in Jacob Butterfield's beard, but I was having none of it.
Butterfield gets it every day of the week for me. So
I'm sorry, Rob's got the best beard.
Do you think they're trying to set up a ZZ Top's tribute band?
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, there's no. I'm trying to think of the word here.
I'm sorry.
No coincidence that Robbie Tinkler has lost his bushy beard since the arrival of Butterfield. So I don't know if that was in his transfer. In his things that he has to have the best beard on the playing pitch, but obviously Rob on the bench, best beard.
Obviously,
do you think they call themselves ZZ Top of the league?
Oh, no. Loving it.
I think Dave just likes a hirsute man.
Yeah, I was going to try and go for ZZ Top 10, like who has the legs, or tush, but we're not going to that. Right. Just before we go any further, thank you everyone that sent messages. We'll get them all read. Don't worry. Remember, like and subscribe. But we'd like to say a message that I got from Liv Walden, just to say thank you last week for all of the messages that she got. And I hope she doesn't mind to say this, but she spoke to Rob this morning. Rob contacted her, which is lovely. Took the time out to talk to her, and she said she had to fight back the tears. She said the club is such a lovely family to her, and she's really going through it at the minute. And we wish her to get back on the men soon, and hopefully back at the game with the girls. And I haven't actually got a photo of them, but they've got the new strips today, which was lovely to see on social media. So do that. But also as well, we have a competition coming up as well to win this shirt here. I'll go full screen. There we go. It's a Patrick one with obviously it's a Patrick badge, and on the back it's got 1892, the year they were formed. And to win that, you can start doing it now. I'll get this up onto the screen and share. As it come up, it will come up now. There we go. So hashtag Patrick in the chat if you'd like to win that. There are some stipulations. You have to be able to pick it up from the game at the next home game against Forest Green, and it is a size medium. So if you're a slender figure or a young lad or a young girl, it's going to fit you perfect. But it's absolutely lovely, and we'd love to say a big thank you to Steve Dixon at Patrick, who the owner of Patrick, for reaching out and providing that for us. And you also give me, Mickey and Steely a new t-shirt as well to keep us smart throughout the season. So hashtag Patrick if you want to do that throughout the show, and we'll mention that a few times. And also as well, a couple of notifications for our friends at the Gateshead FC Foundation. There is going to be a food bank collection before the Forest Green game. So if you can, please do bring along whatever you can for that. And not only that, there is going to be this is from the Gateshead FC Foundation as well. They're having a charity fundraising event. It's on the 3rd of October, 7 p.m. At the Tyneside pub on Gateshead High Street. There is a raffle prize to be won as well, a couple of raffle prizes. And if you go along, you'll be, oops, 1 second, I've pressed the wrong button. I'll eventually get there. You can win a signed Kent Richardson shirt, match worn. So that is there as well. And there is also a signed shirt from a couple of seasons ago framed as well. I haven't got that up, but I'll put it up later on. So there we go. A bit of housekeeping done. And we'll get into this Barnet game now, lads. I'll just make us small and put us on the bottom. But right from the get-go, Jacob Butterfield, the edge of the area, I thought he was going to score it, but took a little couple of chances to get it in there, but Whelan fired at home. But Jacob Butterfield again creating a chance from outside the box, just making that space, which he does all the time.
It's been a good signing, to be fair. Really good signing.
Yep.
And his experience is absolutely vital. And losing Greg, he seemed to have stepped up into Greg's position. He's doing a grand job, but that guy who's just scored there has been, and I would say Regan Booty, been absolutely phenomenal. I think Callum Whelan's been phenomenal all season as well.
He's gone about his work quietly, hasn't he, and popped up with a goal, here and there, and it's just nice to see him, doing his thing. He always gives 110%. We know that, but his work off the ball is absolutely phenomenal. What an engine he's got on him. And but the man of the moment, here we are. There's Mr. Moss, the Gateshead Wall, as he's being branded. A debutant, young goalkeeper, making his debut, of course, for the club. Stepping in for Tiernan Brooks, who was on international duty. And we're talking about him before we came on air, but I can't remember a goalkeeper having a better debut. It Gateshead.
I mean, just a young kid, and this is, I think I'm right in saying his professional debut as well. I know, obviously, he's been down at Burnley. What a goal that would have been, by the way. Yeah, obviously being down at Burnley, got a good introduction into the pro game there. But I thought after a slightly nervy start, he just suddenly looked. I think you said it, David, before he came on air. He was never gonna concede that. In that game, he was
just one of them days. Nothing. Thou shalt not pass. So he just had one of them days.
Yeah. It was. I mean, you can say goalkeepers brave and things like this, and say that you're good, but his decision making was good as well. He's punching decisions in a crowded box. It was a very crowded box on set pieces for Barnet. They try to use their size to their advantage, and he just wasn't phased. He muscled his way through. He got his fingertips to it. He's got his forearm to it. Didn't matter what it was. He was going to make contact with that ball by hook or by crook. And I mean, we've got some photos that I'll put up just after we've played the highlights here that Charles Waff got. And you can see in his face, it's just pure determination on Harry Moss. And, for a young lad, I want to say thank you and well done to the lad. It was a lovely debut. But here we are, Kain Adam on his birthday. When he first lobbed it over the player, I thought he might have just overhit it into the crowd of players he's running into. But when you watch it from Jack's position from behind the goal, it just looks even better, doesn't it?
Loves a goal.
Really strong, actually. I was more after the goal went in the first place. I looked as where Kane's family were, and they were jumping around like linties. But it was absolutely a joy to watch.
Look at the strength here. This is the difference of his game from he came last year. Watch, just holds him off.
Just holds the player up, gets his body in.
So I had a conversation with Rob about Kain about 2-3 weeks after he signed, and he said, "Look, we've got to remember he's a semi-professional player. He hasn't played full-time football, so there was always to be that element of patience needed for him to get up to speed and get up to." The levels that Gateshead expect from players. So he did pick up a couple of niggly injuries at the back end last season, which is maybe why he didn't feature as much as he would have wanted. But I think there's a real player in there, and someone that I think there's more to come from as well. I think, is this the triple save? Because
I think it is, yeah.
One of the save here is as
The
good
first
as
year isn't.
Oh, maybe not, is it?
Yeah, it is. I think it is, yeah.
It's as good as he'll see at any level of the game, this first save.
Yeah.
That's
And
unbelievable.
it's not with the hand either, it's the forearm.
Yeah.
And just the bravery, just threw himself into it. It's just amazing. I say we'll put the photos up that Charles Waff took as well. That were absolutely beautiful photos. But look, we stood resolute. Did we ride our luck maybe under the pressure? Yes, but we did what we set out to do, and we've done that a few times this season. Oldham, notably, you would say we had backs against the wall in that game. But that's the difference between a team that hangs on and a team that maybe goes on to lose the game or draw the game. And Gateshead at this moment in time have got that fight and resolve, Mark, and it's very encouraging, especially at this stage of the season. I
think you make your own luck, though.
Yeah,
you say that you're lucky, but you make your own luck. And I look at Gateshead's performance, and defensively, you think of who wasn't playing defensively, and you think of who wasn't in the side, further up the pitch. The lads that have come in have been phenomenal, and I honestly think this result.
Sorry, Mark Beck was too unselfish there. He should have had a blast at that, but yeah, no. Sorry to interrupt you, Mark.
Oh, sorry. I don't think you can underplay how impressive a result this is and how impressive a performance when you've arguably got 3 of your strongest players not playing. Joe Grayson, let's be honest, would have started. Kenton Richardson would have started. We know Greg Ollie would have started. So, and also 4, including Tiernan Brooks.
You could even go 5 because obviously Honstrop's starting to become a strong part of the defence. Since coming in, we know what he can do. So there is a wealth of experience not there.
And the other side of that is, though, you look at the lads who've come in, and some of them haven't really got a lot of experience at the level. Yet they've adapted so quickly, not just to the National League, but they've adapted so quickly to the methods that Rob and Louis and Anthony Sweeney put in place and the demands that they have of their players. Honestly, I just don't think you can underplay how impressive a result and performance it is.
Absolutely, and there, see, getting his little cheer at the end was a big cheer, actually, well deserved as well. I'll just go to here. So obviously, people have entered the competition there, the Patrick, and I'll get through some of the other messages as well. But obviously, we're just talking about Harry Moss, but some of these pictures here are fantastic. I think this one's for Emilio after the game. It's a lovely one, that, isn't it? That's Tiernan Brooks, isn't it? I've got the wrong photo. There we go. No, there he is there. Obviously going out. It's a big lad as well. And you can see, how, who was the Manchester United player that always had every time he had a photo taken, it was it Phil Jones? Harry Moss is very much like that. We can't see there. That was a great punch. I mean, look at the crowd he's doing it through there. He's having to go over the top of them. But that was the one just after it hit his wrist or his forearm. It was a great save. He just makes himself big. He's doing everything right. And there you go. There's another face. He seems to. Can you remember Pob that used to be on Channel 4? He's got the puffed out cheeks. So and there you go. Look, there's a puffed out cheeks again. That's the one where it hit onto the crossbar as well. But there, look, it is. He loves having. He has a Pob face. It's not an insult. It was a great program.
That looks as if it's hitting it in the balls. Neither one. He's got a Pob face.
Yeah. But that. He didn't really notice it till we started going through them. Oh, there we go. He hasn't got it there, but there you go. Look, but no. In all seriousness, though, what a performance! And I hope Harry Moss, I hope his family were there to witness it, or they've watched it back many times because
were there, Davey.
Were they fantastic?
I've seen them after the game, and his mum and dad and his girlfriend were absolutely beaming for him. His mother had a smile as big as the Tyne Bridge. She was absolutely buzzing. Yeah. So was he. He was genuinely excited, and his post-match interview is one of the most wonderful things I've seen in my life. He is so excited. You can see he's just on a massive high. to keep the clean sheet on his debut, and I was absolutely delighted for the lot of them. I really was.
We're getting lots of messages in here for Harry, and every one of them very well deserved. And just something that we actually talked about before we came on, Moss' performance gives Rob a headache, but a headache I'm sure he'd like to have. He'd rather struggle to pick players than not, but as someone's copying me here, Kain Adam's goal reminded me of Gaza Euro 96. Already said it in commentary, but it did. It was a lovely, but I said John Henry, not Colin Henry, I think, didn't I? I'm trying to make it so.
Only about what 14 inches difference, Mark.
Yeah, there is.
And a lot of hair as well.
Aye, true.
Someone said Moss debut reminded him of Martin Dubrovnik from Newcastle United against Manchester United. Of course, Harry Moss's was better. Do you think he starts over Brooks? I would say probably not. I think obviously Brooks hasn't done anything wrong. Moss has come in and covered and did absolutely amazing. But Tiernan Brooks has been called up to the Ireland under 21s on the merit of his performances throughout the full season so far. It's a tough one, but it's nice to know that Harry Moss is waiting and capable when called upon. And I'm sure he will get his chances because there's a lot of games this season. There's a lot of cup games. There's a new cup that's coming in as well. We are using squad rotation. Absolutely fantastic. I can't ever remember Gateshead using squad rotation as well as they are at the moment. They've really worked hard at that, and I think Mark probably alluded to that when he was in the recruitment meeting. But let's say more things coming in here for Harry Moss. Outstanding, seems a bit of a character as well. I think most goalkeepers are, aren't they? Definitely look very need to cut out the stupid mistakes. Look, we've as Mark said, you make your own luck, and we work hard. If we make a mistake, they try and get back. And I think there was a short pass back to Harry Moss, and he was off his line straight away, and cleared it into the stands. So it's really, really good. We've got here. When are you doing the draw for the Patrick top, Davey? Doing it later on at the end. That's how we keep the viewers, plus for our beautiful banter and good looks. That's
may as well do the draw now then.
I know. But no, as we've got there, we'll go with someone else going. So what's that? But Gaza's celebration was much classier, if less iconic. But yeah, no, it was. I think there was it. I think it might be in
Gaza.
Yeah, Luke Hannant was laughing at we'll love a track celebration because obviously the two goals were on the track being photoed. So it was amazing. And can't believe Moss not in the National League Team of the Week. Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise to us. Those saves. Yeah, and what some of the
hard to put two players in.
Yeah, got some reactions from Moss, amazing photos. Stop and power, yeah, really good. And Gaza, Adam, all day. There we go. Everyone's doing a comparison. Obviously we spoke to Kain Adam's family before. His dad's absolutely fantastic crack. So is his mum, the whole family. Yeah. It's lovely to see them on a match days. And if anyone wants to come over and say hello to her, we'd love to speak to you because obviously we're talking about your boys and we want you to be, knowing that I would hit the mic, that we're all looking after them while they're up here, wherever they are from.
Tried to get Dave on, didn't we? Kain Adam's dad. But he won't come on.
No, he wasn't having any of it. Right, as you say, we have got that Patrick shirt to win. # Patrick if you would like to do it. Remember, you have to be able to pick it up from the next home game from the commentary desk, and it is a size medium. So please be warned about that. But we're going to play a couple of adverts, and when we come back, we'll start to talk about the Prediction League and also about the game on Saturday. And remember, it's a 5:30 kickoff.
We would like to take this moment to thank our podcast partners at Patrick Sportswear for the continued support of the show.
Right, we have lots more messages coming in. We've got one from Callum Chambers. Hopefully, we carry on our run at Dagenham. I'll be in attendance as our winning streak. He sent it again there. So, yeah, he's hoping that we can carry on. It is a 5:30 kickoff. It is the featured game on DAZN and National League TV. So, bear in mind of that if you're going to try and tune in. It is a 5:30 kickoff, and it should be, a good game, hopefully, and let's hope we can finish the night top of the league. We have got a story was immense. There's a few people we didn't mention on Saturday, and I think there's a couple. Obviously, story was had a blinding game, but I'd like to mention the young lads that come on. I thought Ben Radcliffe slotted in and looked like he had played the whole game. He didn't get beat in the air in that 10-minute cameo. Colcott looked decent when he came on. He did what he had to do. I thought Terrell Newton as well looked decent when he come on as well. The strength and depth, yeah, and Mark Beck as well. We know what Mark brings to the table, and as I said, he was probably too unselfish in front of goal when he laid it off. But hey, it's easier to say from the behind the microphone the more it is when you're down there. But
I thought he would have lashed it, mind.
I thought he might have.
Do you know, with Ratcliffe, I mean, what was he on the pitch? Maybe 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen anyone head the ball so much in that small space of time. There was a spell in about 30 seconds where he must have headed the ball about 8 times.
Yeah. Do you see how high he was getting off the ground to head it as well?
And there was one of them went about 40 yards. Incredible. So, I mean, for a young lad, he's obviously got good pedigree. We know what Derby do as an academy, having had Dejan Brown in the past, and obviously Onisani now. So, that's a partnership that could well flourish.
Yeah, and also we mentioned Whelan before. Pleased to see him on the score sheet. It was nice to see him get on there. But I've actually got the league table up. I'll try and get it here and then get it on the screen.
Good result for the Lasses and all at the weekend. Made a good double. Lasses won 3-1 Redcar.
Yeah, so do you know who the goal scorers were, Mickey?
Jess Douglas got 2 and Shaw Hogie. Well, Shaw Hoganson got the other one. Good start this season, and they've got eye to eye on Sunday, 2 o'clock at home. Be a tough game. It's like them, a lot of international players, so majority of it's Americans,
Yeah.
So and that's where we got Monty, Jazz, and Alyssa the last time when they were over here. So, and if they're anything to go by, it'll be a good game.
Well, I'll just go through some of the fixtures as on Saturday. Barnet have Braintree at home. You would think Barnet should come through that one. Boston, Aldershot, hard to call because Boston are winning games and scoring goals. So that one's a tough one to call. You'd hope Boston would win, though. Ebbsfleet, Hartlepool, new boss.
Yeah, where that's gone.
So will they have that new manager effect? It's a long trip, that one. Then Halifax, Eastleigh. It's the only time you want Halifax to win, isn't it? That one. That'll be a tough game. Yeah. Then you go Forest Green, Wealdstone. You'd imagine Forest Green should be on that one. You'd say maybe the Wealdstone manager might be one of the next ones for the chopping block at the moment. Even though it's very early days. Rochdale, Solihull Moors is a tough game. I wouldn't like to call that one. Southend Sutton is another tough game that is hard to predict. Tamworth Maidenhead, I'd say that again. There is some really tough. Actually, most of the games are really tough this week to call. Woking have got Oldham at home. Yeovil have Altrincham at home. Tough game. York City Filed, 2 Jacqueline Hyde sides there, really. And then, of course, where the late kick-off away to Dagenham Redbridge. So it's going to be an interesting afternoon's fixtures, really, isn't it? It's
well, given that Dagenham beat Sutton 3-0 on Tuesday night as well. So they're going to be buoyed by that, aren't they? So
certainly are. Well, as I say, there we are. There is the league table. Of course, 4 teams on 17 points. You can see Gateshead, Rochdale, Forest Green, and York City. Eastleigh failed to pick up points on Tuesday. Barnet, of course, won. They come from a late goal from behind. I think that was against Altrincham. So, yeah, we're still unbeaten, but there is teams in form. Rochdale and Forest Green picking up points. consistently, and that's why they're up there. We do have that game in hand, but you would like to hope that game in hand can be used to extend the lead at the top. I know it's very early days, but if we get a result on Saturday against Dagenham Redbridge, who are currently sitting 14th in the table, very in and out their form, you can start to see the form really now that the table's starting to take shape, who the teams are that can put wins together. And Dagenham, still a tough side to go to, and could Gateshead be buoyed, Mickey, by the results on Saturday? I said it's a very tough fixture list. I think some surprise results.
I think Rochdale's probably the biggest surprise out of a lot of them, to be fair. I expected Forest Green to be up there all season. But this league has a habit of pulling strange ones every now and again. And it wouldn't shock you if Braintree get a draw at Forest Green.
Yeah.
So, but it is starting to take shape. I still think Altrincham are going to have a big say in it as well. I really do, and Hartlepool especially as well.
Yeah, I think Hartlepool,
they make two dark horses.
I think once they start scoring goals more consistently, they will go up. They've only got a goal difference of 2 at the moment, and that paints the picture of what they're doing at the moment. I don't know if they know the best starting lineup.
The thing is, the league, traditionally doesn't really take shape until nearer Christmas. So
yeah,
at the minute, all Gateshead can do is keep on picking up points. Even if it's not 3 points, just keep getting what you can home and away. And then, around Christmas, you'll kind of have an idea who's going to be, there or thereabouts for the playoffs or the title, or at the other end of the table, who's going to be in that relegation battle. But I think at the minute, it's a horrible, horrible cliche, and I apologise, but it is just taking it game by game and just picking up points as many as you can, as quickly as you can.
It certainly is.
Totally. Yes. I mean, we're talking about Harry Moss's performance on Saturday, and it's flicked up his wrist and hit the ball. How many teams have won the league just on a little bit of luck here and there? Yeah. So,
well, as you say, as Mark said, I think it's a fantastic comment. You make your own luck, and we're not giving up. We're not just having the rub of the green and taking a barrage of 40 shots and having one attack and winning. We are very much in the games, and it's earned what we're doing. But obviously, sometimes if the other team aren't taking their chances, it is a bit lucky. We've got early days, but surprised to see Sutton in the bottom half. Yes, some teams do have a little bit of this early days. Very, as Mark said before, we're currently 33 points away from safety. That's first priority.
As well.
Yeah, and we've got now all skill, win unbeaten. Mark my words. Well, look, who knows? But that would be a very nice way to end it. Of course, we haven't got Davy Steele with us today. He's just got off the island, so he's spending time with the family. I have got his prediction, and he has went 3-1 to Gateshead. I've seen a lot of people are putting them in, and we'll start putting them on the screen. I'm sure Johnny Gray has been collecting them in the chat, but we'll put them up on the screen nonetheless. But let's have a little look at that the table, because Johnny Gray took the time to send it to us again here after he's come back off holiday. And there is the Prediction League table. I'm sitting top, hanging on by the skin of my teeth. I'll not be there for much longer, I don't think. I've already used 2 of my jokers. Mark, have you given any predictions this season or not?
I haven't. But
there is. You can. The thing is, you can join, and we've got three jokers each this season. And if you use one, it trebles your point. So I was lucky enough to get one in, and then I tried another one, and it wasn't there. But I think you can see there, Thomas Lovejoy, he got 3 points and got himself right up. So Mark, if you want to join in this week, you can get yourself right up into the top 10.
I'll go 2-1 Gateshead.
2-1 Gateshead. And are you playing a joker to try and get yourself up the league?
No, I just am a joker.
So. Well, there we go. Mickey, what's your prediction?
Funny enough, on Mark's page, and I'm going to go 2-1, but I'm not going to play my joker neither.
You're not playing a joker, right? I'm going to go 3-1 Gateshead. 3-1. I think 2 early goals. That'll settle the nerves. Right, we'll go through some other people's predictions as well, and of course, as I say, what Gateshead didn't have a game this week, and I believe it was done for the rail strike. I've seen someone had commented last week. Don't know how true that was. We were supposed to be away at Tamworth, and that's why Gateshead have a game in hand. So I'm just going to go back up the chat here because there was a few predictions put in earlier on, and I'll get them up on the screen. Remember, hashtag Patrick if you'd like to win this blue shirt behind me. Remember, you must be able to pick it up from the game. The next home game, and it can be yours. It's a size medium. Alan Guesses went 1-0 to Gateshead. Ken Webster 2-1. Craig Hilton's went 2-1 to Gateshead on Saturday. We've got a 2-2 draw, says Lovejoy, who got his joker in last week. We have
and was telling all the players he'd got the result right, and he used his joker. He was buzzing. He thought he'd be top of the league.
Yeah, I thought I might have slipped off the top. We've got the Walden's predictions in. Livers went 3-1, Poppy 2, Darren 2-2, Poppy 5-1, Tabitha 3-2, and Joshua 2-1. We've got 2-0 to Gateshead, says Craig. Mr. Lucas went 3-1 to Gateshead as well. If Files lose Horton in January, I think they're going to be in trouble. He's scoring a lot of goals as he normally does. On the other predictions, we've got 2-1, says Gavin Rudd. And we've got Colin Dilbo 2-0 to Gateshead. A lot of positivity here tonight. I like it. Heat Army Ultra 2-1 to Gateshead. Ryan Gibson 2-1, and we've got 3-1 there. And we're getting through them. I'll get the last few up, and people still have time to get them in. Of course, we've got a good few minutes left, 20 minutes or so. 3-1 Gateshead, says Sean Parry. 1-1. There we go. There's that's the Steve Farnfield we know. He's the one that's went for a draw. 1-1, and we've got Embrace Division 2-1 in that one. Patrick Story 2-0, and I'll put the other ones up on the field. We'll go with John Ollie's as well. John Ollie's went 2-1 to Gateshead. St. Geordie 2-2. We've got Denise. She's went 2-1. It was semi double. Look, you don't get any extra points because you're Mark's ma'am. I tell you. 1-1. And so a big thank you to everyone that has an up tomorrow up there. And the man himself who does the prediction league. We've got there. And how do you join the prediction league table? You get points per prediction in. You can join, and if you use a joker and you predict your comes in right, you can bounce yourself straight up that league. And but you only get 3 jokers, so use them wisely. I've already used 2. We're only 7 games in, so that tells you about me. Right, we've got JC's 4-1. Just having a little look further forward, of course, we've got games coming thick and fast over the next few weeks, and there's some interesting ones that are going to catch the eye for Gateshead. Of course, 1 second here, we have Forest Green on the 21st at home, followed by a quick turnaround for another home game against Boston United, who we said are a little bit, they're finding their feet at this level, but they're scoring goals. Southend away on the 28th, so that's a 7-day period of 3 tough games, if you ask me. And then say that's the September period really done. And then looking a bit further forward, we've got Wealdstone, Tamworth, Altrincham away, tough game, Sutton away. There's not really, I'm going to say, even though this league doesn't have that massive club like it's had in the recent years, there's still big games, still tough games to go to. It doesn't matter where you go in this league. I think anyone can beat anyone on the day, and we just got to keep to our levels.
I think there is one big club, but the way the fans gone on, and that's Oldham.
Yeah,
I mean, it's unbelievable how arrogant them are, and it's really starting to get on my nerves now.
Well, you just got to let them get on with it. We've got Steve Thornton's playing his joker. He's going 3-1 to Gateshead. Steve Thornton's trying to get on. Let's have a little look. Let's have a look at the prediction league there. If Steve Thornton was to get that in, whereabouts is he? I'm trying to have a little look here on the list. He's right down. He's got 3 points, so he could get himself up to joint 4th if that comes in and results go his way. So
it's tiny on my screen where am I on there?
Yeah, you are. 1 second. I think you're mid-table. Yeah, joint 17th on 5 points. So yeah, it's all to play for, all to play for. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to hopefully, if we with the new licensees of Patrick that are taking over the brand to distribute it, we'll be able to keep our partnership with them and hopefully get a prize to give away at the end of the season. And talking about that, David has put in hashtag Patrick, still time to enter. What's that? And someone's I'm going to be scrapping Sam for bottom. You never know, you might do well. And Sam Pelton's put 2-1. And Neil Robinson, our man at Lords, I remember being picked up in a supporters bus driven by Tommy Dolman at an M1 service station back the way to Redcliffe Forest. Terrifying journey. Yeah. Look, we're all alive.
Mark, you have been spared Tommy Dolman's drive, unfortunately.
Look,
wow.
I love Tommy to bits, but we're all alive. There's nothing to complain about. Okay, what's a white knuckle ride between friends? That's all I'm saying.
On the way to work, so turned out to a junction straight into this bloody XR3i. I thought I was a gunner.
Can you remember the time when he followed the wrong bus? Was it I can't remember which coach company it was, but the club players were on a bus, and I think it was after a service station. He seen the same brand of bus and followed it. To the other direction across the country, wasn't it?
Can you remember? He said, "Yeah, we are lads." I can't remember where we're going. We pulled it inside a Kerrs National. Well, I think we got to Steely Bridge. He got completely lost and took with a Kerrs National instead.
Right, and Steve Farnfield's put Tommy Dolman drove by Braille.
Felt like it at times.
Look, he got with there. And he's a lovely lad. We hope he's listening. He listens to the commentaries. He hasn't been the greatest to help. And that's probably a message off Tommy Dolman there to Mickey's duck. And he should have been on Top Gear. Yes, he could have been the Stig. He could have been the Stig. But yeah, just looking forward. But obviously, Dagenham Redbridge, looking towards them. Haven't had the greatest start again this season. They're always just mid-table at the moment, but they've got some decent strikers.
I just think
Pereira's a good player.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I just think they're one of these teams where they're never sort of realistic challengers for top end. Well, it doesn't feel that way anyway. Mm-hmm. But they're always capable of disrupting teams and making life awkward for them, particularly at home. And I think they're one of those clubs that love. It's quite strange to say it for a football league club, well, former football league club, I should say, but the sort of team that love that role. They love disrupting the teams that are trying to go for league titles or the teams that are trying to get in the playoffs. You know, that's what they get. They relish that. So I think this is a really dangerous game for Gateshead because they've come through two really challenging home games, you know, against two teams that one was top and the other one could have went top with a win. So there can be no, and I'm not saying there will be, but there can be no dropping of the standards. There can be no dropping of the intensity or anything like that. It has to be exactly as it was against Barnet and exactly as it was against Eastleigh.
I'm just to go back to that, but obviously not dropping the standards. We talked about the players that weren't involved on Saturday, but they were very much involved on the touchlines before the game. It was lovely to see Greg Ollie back at Gateshead International Stadium. Kenton Richardson down there as well, pitch side and, talking to all his teammates, but also Mark, your friend was there after his mammoth run, and obviously got presented with a shirt, and it was lovely to see. Got a nice round of applause and a nice bit of recognition. But how was Matty's day at Gates?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, we had a chat in the Heat Army Lounge, the sports bar before the game. Spoke about If You Care Share Foundation, the sort of what the charity does, what the foundation does, the services provided, why it was set up. Obviously, after Matty's brother passed away, we spoke about just basically the run as well. I mean, running from Bournemouth to Newcastle via every Premier League ground was it's just remarkable. I mean, over 800 miles. He's raised, I think it's just gone over 42,000. The fundraising will still go on. The people you can see there on the right, that's Colin Young, who does the PR for If You Care Share Foundation, well-known Northeast-based journalist as well, is Colin. And then that's Matty's girlfriend as well, who was just off screen there. So yeah, really, really proud of Matty. I'm never shy to say, I absolutely love the guy. Just one of the most inspirational people I know in my life, if not the most inspirational, from a wonderful family who have created something so positive from such a dark place. And I think they're just genuine, warm, caring people. And it's an honor to be even associated with them and with the foundation.
And also as well, I think I've got it as well in some of my B-roll that I got on Saturday, would be also the players were in the T-shirts as well. 1 second, I'll share a video. I've got it here. I've got the players warming up. So yeah, as 1 second, I'll add that. Oh, nearly got the wrong one, and there we go. So as you can see, the players in the
So this is an annual what's what I'm looking for, initiative campaign that the foundation runs called Inside Out. Generally, they'll get football clubs and well, anyone who wants to do it really to wear an item of clothing inside out, get a photo, put it on social media. And the aim is to get people talking and getting what's on the inside out. That's the aim of it. It's been a massively successful campaign for a number of years now. And I'm so proud to say that non-league football in the Northeast, I mean, obviously, we're on a Gateshead podcast, but looking at the region as a whole, the region, the non-league scene that I'm proud to work in has been brilliant and really got behind the Inside Out campaign for a number of years now. I mean, there was clubs from the Wayside League and Alliance right the way up to Gateshead who supported it earlier this week. It's still ongoing as well. There are still clubs. I think Berkeley Town put something out this afternoon. So it's just brilliant, yeah. And every little bit of support that the foundation gets has helped. So if you want to donate, I think if you get onto Matty's Twitter or whatever it's called these days, or the foundation one, at If You Care Share, I think the link's still on there to donate as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. I see some messages there.
Was as well. Absolutely great cause.
Of course, Denise has put. Don't know how Matty done that. What a job he's done. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
Unbelievable to run that far. I mean, he's lucky there was then lucky Swansea and Cardiff weren't in the league. I think that might have extended it even further.
Well, the problem he had, and obviously I speak to Matty most days really, but the problem that he had was watching the promotion race in the Championship last season and kind of almost praying for Leeds to get up instead of Ipswich, because as soon as Ipswich came up, it was like it was such a difficult one, because he had to do obviously the 3 on the south coast and then up to London, and around the London ones, I think the last one he did in London was Arsenal, and then having to go from Arsenal to Ipswich and then kind of back on yourself through the Midlands. Just a nightmare, really. But yeah, just like I say, I mean, I was there at St. James's when he finished, along with someone from Debbie Oliphant from Nuffield Health in Newcastle, who helped Matty throughout the run, got him in at their local sites around the country. She also happens to be my wife's best friend. But she helped out, Nuffield helped out brilliantly. So it was such an emotional occasion, seeing Matty come along Strawberry Place and finish and see his girlfriend and his family and everyone that was there. There was probably about 150, 200 greeted him, wore flags, did a little display for him. So yeah, just fantastic. So honestly, if anyone can go on and donate and give what you can, please do, because the fundraising will keep going for a while yet, I think. Yeah,
well done, Matty. That's fantastic.
Top and bottom of it, well done, Matty.
Yeah, and also as well, can we just address the elephant in the room? Look, check out the glutes on Mark. What, he's been hiding them. No, but also
Jacob Butterfield's beard, Mark.
Yeah,
you've been hijacking you.
Now you know why I'm
chloroform.
again.
Yeah, Oh, we got here. Sorry, 1 second, Taylor. How is put? Sorry, just got back. Did I miss the Patrick draw? You haven't missed the draw yet. That'll be very, very soon. We'll do that in the moment. And it has not been done yet. And there we go. Is there a link for donations? So I'm sure if we'll be able to retweet it, we'll go on Marks and retweet after the show. And also I'll try and put the link in the description of this video, so if you're watching it late, have a little look there, and we'll put the donation page up as well. But no, fantastic stuff and lovely. I'll say I'm really happy that I got the footage, because I've kind of started get a bit of B-roll footage for adding in for my talking, and that worked absolutely perfect today. And what a way to start doing it when we're talking about something as good as that. Right, we are going to go to the giveaway now. So if you would like to join in for the Patrick shirt, the way to do it is by let's get there, hashtag Patrick. We've got 25 people have entered. We know there's 50 odd watching, but there is a stipulation. You have to be able to pick it up from the next home game against Forest Green, or a game after that. Pick it up, and it is a size medium. So if you've got a child, a young teenager, or if you're a slender bloke like Mickey, you'll fit into it like a dream. And it should be absolutely fantastic. There we go.
Is it tighter than a sausage skin?
There is the link there, but we will put that actually into the, so you can click on it. But that is, if you're one of the people that's going to pause it and type it in, there is the link for the donations. So absolutely fantastic stuff. Right, so I'll give it another minute for that, and also as well, get your predictions in for this weekend, and also as well, remember that it is a 5:30 kickoff, so you'll be able to sit and relax and see the results come in, and see what Gateshead need to do before the kickoff happens, and hopefully we go down there and play our brand of football. And I'm sure the lads won't let us down, win, lose or draw. They're going to give everything, as they have done all season. So yeah, right. I think we'll go for the draw now, and good luck everybody. And as I say, if you want, well, you can't enter now. It's going to happen. There we go. Oh, Ken Webster, he's won the shirt. So there we go. Ken Webster's won the Patrick shirt. Well done.
Congratulations, Ken.
Congratulations. And I'll just remove that, and I'll just grab the shirt. Give a closer look to everybody. 1 second.
It looks like a Man City shirt, doesn't it? From the
it's obviously branded for like the Patrick badge there, obviously their thing, and then on the back it's got 1892, which of course is the year Patrick was formed. And if you fancy buying one of these shirts, you can go on the Patrick website, and I believe there's a sale on, so get yourself there. And thank you once again to Steve Dixon from Patrick for providing that for us. It's always very nice. And well, as I say, if there's any other business, please send it in. If there's anything that we haven't talked about, Mark's got something.
Can I just quickly thank the lovely people from Inside Northeast Non-League Football for the kind words last week on the podcast. Obviously, I saw them all messaging in and saying that I was a miss on the podcast. So thanks to and that, they seem like lovely to whoever they are.
I agree with most of what they said as well.
Just noticed, Dave, you didn't put that up as well. So I just
it's good. Yeah. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, no, it was a good show last week. It was nice watching in.
Fantastic.
I wasn't feeling too great, so I thought I'd tune in instead of inflicting my face on you instead.
Well, commiserations to Patrick's story. He thought he had won for a moment when it did the congratulations. And as I say, we've got Paul Jenkins, Gateshead, top of the National League. Can they stay there? Hopefully we can. And
I would like to think we'll be there or thereabouts in the playoff race for definite.
Hopefully. Oh, 1 second, because obviously someone's put Ken 2 packs of Haribo for the shirt. Now, last week I put out a little bit of an appeal, right? Because obviously during the penalty in the game against God, I'm trying to think who it was. Was it Eastleigh? I got some little boy asked us for my autograph, and I said I'll get some Haribo, just to say sorry and hand it to him. Well, I handed it to him, and he was like, "Cheers," and just walked away. And then he come back later on. He went, "You got any more?" I was like, "No." You got to admire the cheek of it.
You must have expected one of them big boxes, mate.
OFC will be top of the league, says Jay. So to do 1 second, we've got good podcast tonight as always. Cheers and congratulations to Ken from Liam McBlain.
There is a genuine elephant in the room that we haven't discussed.
Oh, what's that?
And it is a serious one, by the way, which is someone mentioned it. I was in the chat earlier about Rob and the rumours of Carlisle.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of them where you look at top of the league, won an FA trophy, interest if there is any, and I'm not saying there is, but if there was, it would be understandable that it's there because he's a successful manager. Personally, I think Carlisle will go for a Football League manager because I think not that I'm saying Rob couldn't do it. I think he absolutely could, but I think looking at it, they'll want someone that's been there and done it because the owners have got ambitious plans, and this might well bite me on the backside. I don't think it will, but it may do. But I think this is kind of where we go down the route of the players that have gone. Your Langstaffs and people like that. They've gone because they've been successful and they've been replaced by people that have taken Gateshead to another level, I think. So I think it's just one of them. Everyone just needs to calm down a little bit and stop panicking. If anything, it's...
Also, as well, Steve, he needs to calm down as well, putting posts like that. Right. We have got a message here.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is it's a compliment.
Yeah, it is. To be linked. It proves that we're doing things right and that Rob's doing things right.
Well, go on to it because I've seen a few Carlisle fans agree. There was a guy called Chris Williams that put it up originally, and it seems to carry a bit of traction from there.
Yeah, and then I think him not being at the game, being ill last Saturday, added flames to a fire, and someone could make a bit of money.
By the way, anyone who spoke to him will know that he was ill and very, very.
You could tell he done an interview for BBC Newcastle, and you could
call him.
Pardon me.
Was that an impression of illness?
It was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't have kissed him. I wouldn't have caught it back.
Yeah, I know. It's that beard, man. It's infectious, that beard. It's the best beard in the game. Neil Robinson has put, sorry for the name drop, but I was talking to historian David Kain Adam and the writer of the Grantchester Mysteries, James Runchi, this week, and the topic of conversation was Regan Booty's left foot. So there we go. And I'm waiting to see if he's going to have I forgot his name now. Jon Snow's son, the other historian. Anyway, Dan Snow. It didn't work because I forgot it and just mucked it up. So anyway, on that note, talk to Dan Snow. And I say we're still waiting for our invitation to do a live podcast from Lords.
Speaking of Regan, I mean, it's the second best left foot I've ever seen in my life, to be honest.
I'll say I seen a cross once at a game at Hebburn Town. Wasn't involved in Hebburn Town, but there was this young whippersnapper on the left side who whipped this ball in. Honest, it was majestic. That's what it was, and he's on the screen now. Mickey, you played belter.
Not with the left foot. Mine was just for standing on it.
Yeah, of course.
I was at the game that night. Was it not? No, was it one of the live games? Could you watch it?
No, you can listen to it though.
No, you could listen to it. Yeah,
it must have been whatever. And I'm sure Davey said it was meant to be a clearance, but it turned into a cross.
No, it wasn't. It was a great cross, actually. I'll be honest. It was a drab game, but it was livened up with the abilities of a late substitution. Booty used to play for Aldershot, and that's obviously why Kynaston's a big, massive fan there. And cheers, show. Enjoy great show. Enjoy the weekend. Hopefully we will. On that note, we'll wrap it up. Big thank you to everyone that's tuned in tonight. It's been fantastic. Mark, thank you for coming on. Always a pleasure. And Mickey, as I say, we'll be back at the grind next. Yeah, thanks for saying it. Mickey, thanks not for swearing. We'll be back next week.
I know I got wrong for it, didn't I?
Yeah, we'll be getting right back into it next week. Hopefully it's all still on a positive note. If it isn't, we reset, we go again, and the boys won't let us down. And as I say, we hope Rob is feeling better. As I say, because we've got the trip this weekend, and we've got good night girls from Steve. So good night there, and bye. Watch footy from home with a lovely cuppa. Yes, and there we go. And the last message from Denise. Bye, lads. So there on that note, everybody,
take care.
thank you very much. Remember, like, subscribe, and if you can, donate to the fantastic Share If You Care Foundation, and the link will be up later on. And bye, everybody.
Cheerio.